line online about who you really are become a criminal offence. Private investigator Rebecca Jane, who you saw in that film, joins us now. Rebecca, this is something you feel really passionately about. Tell us how far you've got with trying to make this a criminal offence, and have you in fact got anywhere?
That's the problem, is we haven't particularly got anywhere as such. What we do have is we have an MP's backing, Anne Coffey from Stockport, who has been absolutely fantastic, because no legal enforcement can actually help us, because technically there's a lot of grey areas, but it's not actually illegal to post somebody else online and steal somebody's identity.
I think that the problem with this is that people seem to think that nobody really gets hurt in this, but this is not a victimless crime. I mean, you saw Matt's story there. It could have caused problems within his marriage. Luckily, him and Rachel are really strong. For me, the most haunting bit was the thought that someone could end up doing harm to themselves because they'd been taken in by someone who they thought was somebody else.
Absolutely. There's two victims to all of this, and people, our lives are online these days. We do date online, and we come across fake profiles all the time, and we just go, oh, it's another fake profile. But we shouldn't be accepting it, because, like I said, there's two victims. There's the person who's had their identity stolen, and then there's the person who has been conned, manipulated, and basically whatever else.
I mean, you can imagine, can't you, that the police must get thousands and thousands of cases like this, and I mean, the statistics on them actually managing to investigate and prosecute burglaries where someone's actually in your house are really low, because they're so swamped by work. And the issue here, isn't it really, is that legislation, you're dealing with legislation that was sort of forged decades ago, before social media, and it can't keep up with the sort of rampant forces of the internet. So maybe, how about, have you been looking at maybe putting pressure on the internet companies to sort of do some sort of verification procedure to prove that you are who you are before you put a profile up?
Absolutely.
Online?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what do they say?
Well, that's the problem, is we can't particularly be listened to right now, because it is such a huge problem that we need the law to change in order to get them to pay attention to us.
Right.
And it's a really vicious circle, but if we don't do something about it now, what is the future for our children?
Yeah.
And what kind of impact has this had on people who are out there from both sides? You're talking about the two different victims, because you're a private investigator. Do you have people coming to you saying, my identity has been stolen, like Matt did? Or do you have people coming to you saying, I think I've been dealing with one person and I've actually been dealing with somebody else?
Absolutely. And we've been dealing with the victims for many years. We're in our 8th year now, and so we've been dealing with us for a long time. But now it's a lot more people who are actually finding out that they're having their identity stolen.
Okay.
But the victims as such, who is actually who they say they are online dating anymore.
And people like, does it really affect people? Does it really affect marriages, relationships?
Oh, goodness, yeah. I mean, the whole situation with Matt, I'm pointing at Matt because he's still there. But obviously there's his whole situation. But then there's Kirsty and what you've just heard from her. And, I was just watching that almost in tears again, because it's a really difficult, it takes a lot to emotionally shake me. I've spent a good 8 years in this industry, and both myself and Matt, when we heard Kirsty's statement and when we had to read it to the catfish, we were both in tears. And you think that it's a victimless crime, but it's not. And the point is, it will happen to people in this audience at some point in time. And that's why we have to have the law changed in order to prevent that for the future.
And again, it comes back in a way, doesn't it? The law itself. So if, say, for example, a catfish stole money from somebody, the law then goes, right, that's a criminal offence, we'll get them.
Yeah.
But emotional sort of
distress
is not treated in the same way, is it?
No, and like what Matt said in the BT, the police said to us, essentially, this is like claiming to be a millionaire, and you're not. But no, if I go into a bar and I say that, that's me. I'm not stealing somebody else's identity.
No, you're not hurting anyone else.
But this man, Chris, he went back on. He forgave him, didn't he, Matt? He said he actually felt sorry for him when he went to meet him. And then he went on within days, he was back on again. So nothing seemed to frighten him. He went straight back on. Nothing stopping him.
It was absolutely, we both left at that point in time thinking, yes, this is all over. Matt, obviously, on the way down there, I mean, we travelled 6 hours to confront the guy, and he, on the way down there, he was very frustrated. It's been going on for years, but by the end of it, he shook his hand and he said, I hope you get the help that you need. Not many other people would have done that.
No.
I was so happy. point is that it just has to change, because 4 days later, during the confrontation, he actually gave me his phone, and I was allowed to look through and see how many women he'd been talking to at that point in time, and there was over 30. At that point in time, it's been going on for years. I had to then contact them the next day and say, I'm really sorry, but you know, the person that you think
You are playing with people's lives. Yeah.
Well, difficult for you guys, because luckily your wife completely trusted you, because she had loads of people saying to her, didn't she, your husband is online looking for women.
All the time, and luckily, whenever she got them or whenever I got them, because I was getting them off girls, and we showed each other straight away. But it literally could have gone either way. So it's very dangerous.
As well, we need to bear in mind that you might think, well, hang on a minute, you haven't actually met this person. How can you fall in love? Dating now is so different to how it used to be, and speaking to someone online or on the phone, as this guy Chris did, is how many relationships go, and that can go on for quite a long time before people meet. So it's incredibly likely that you can form feelings and relationships with someone before actually meeting them. This is a response that we've had from the Greater Manchester Police. Basically, they've said that there are no notifiable crimes to be recorded. Well, it says against Matt. But obviously you haven't committed a crime. We're talking this is on your behalf. You've not done
crimes against Matt as a person.
Rebecca, thank you so much for being part of this and coming on the show today. We've got lots more essential tips and also advice as well on how to date safely online. So go and have a look on our website. Live in just a few minutes, Coronation Street's Kim Marsh will be joining in this debate and telling us exactly why that conversation is a little too close to home for her and also her teenage daughter. That's not to be missed. See you there.